All right, we are back now with all the reactions to the Oscar nominations. We got some surprises, some snubs, some shockers maybe even. But the Joker got the most nods out of all of the films. Chris Connelly and Variety's Elizabeth Wagmeister back here to break it all down. We had some gas. We were watching you two kind of go at it every time an announcement was made. But for the both of you, what were the biggest shockers for you both? Start with
well,
you
you go all Y chromosome on Best Director. I mean, I know there are like 8 Best Pictures nominated, and so somebody's going to be left out. But I do not understand why Greta Gerwig is not in that category.
I do too.
I would have put her in instead of Todd Phillips for Joker myself.
Absolutely. You know, there's only been 5 women nominated in the Best Director category. In Oscars history, only one win, Catherine Bigelow in 2010 for The Hurt Locker. Greta Gerwig was nominated for Lady Bird, but huge shock. And there's going to be some headlines, let me tell you.
Well, I was disappointed. I was really pulling for Adam Sandler. I thought that his role in Uncut Gems, I mean, that was brilliant acting.
In it.
Sandler and J-Lo can throw a nice little party, and Beyonce can come by too. I mean, there are a lot of really well-known people who might not have heard what they were hoping to hear this morning, but that's the way it goes. Best Actor was always a 10-car pileup. There are a lot of people to choose from, and all the nominees are outstanding. You can't deny that.
How about Scarlett Johansson?
So Scarlett Johansson, double nominee, supporting, and also Best Actress. Now, this has not happened since 2007. Cate Blanchett was a double nominee, but this is huge news for Scarlett Johansson because, as you said, Robin, her first nominations ever, and she got 2 right out of the gate.
And it's important because she'll have to have 2 written speeches ready to go, and Joaquin Phoenix won't have any. So that'll be good.
We're back now with more reaction nominations. Chris Connelly, Elizabeth Wagmeister from Variety. And Chris, you got a lot of movies here, at least 3 where both actors are nominated. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Two Popes.
Yeah, The Two Popes is obviously in there. Perfect timing with The Two Popes having a little drama themselves, with Benedict objecting to the celibacy liberation, perhaps. And so a lot's going on there. Now you've got 2 in the Best Supporting Actor category, right? With Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci and Al Pacino.
And Al Pacino. Remember, Joe Pesci gave a 5-word acceptance speech when he won.
Isn't that right?
So maybe he'll have a little less to say if he doesn't win in this category.
And Cynthia Revo.
Yes.
In the Best Actress category.
This was absolutely a welcome surprise. People were definitely gunning for her, but this was a stacked category. Now, the good news is that means we're seeing some diversity in the acting nominations. We just saw at the BAFTA Awards, out of 20 nominations, they were all white actors. And Cynthia Revo, she actually recently spoke to us at Variety, spoke out against that. So this is a real welcome surprise for her. She had told the BAFTAs that she won't perform because of the nominees, but there's still not a ton of diversity across the board.
And she's also nominated in Best Song, too.
Yeah, multi-talented.
Very much so. And so we might see her perform at the Oscars, too.
Wow.
Chris, can I ask you a quick question? Rocket Man, do you feel like it was a little bit of the Bohemian Rhapsody factor?
I think maybe Rami after last year. I mean, I think everybody loved Rami. And, of course, there's Renee Zellweger as your favorite for Judy Garland. So it's not like you could say they object to people playing music. I think, again, it was just a jammed category, and he just lost out as a result.
He spoke about this at the Golden Globes, at Taron Egerton, backstage. He said the movie came out so early that they have a tendency sometimes, that's like the death knell for some of these performances in movies. People forgot about it. They came out in May.
It's always tough when you're going up against the guy who's playing a pope. I'm just going to say.
But what about the little movie that could now? Parasite is really great. And it's picking up some steam, and it's done so well, but they are very excited about their chances.
Yes, everybody is so excited about Parasite. Now, a foreign film has never won for Best Picture. It's nominated. A lot of critics think that it could win. Now, HBO, they also just optioned it for a series, so we might even see a Parasite series. So, yeah, that would be very cool. But I think when you look at Best Picture, you know, you're just talking about when these films are released very early, people forget about it. The opposite effect, what we're going to see is with 1917. That just came out. That's top of radar for the Academy, and I got a huge box office boost this weekend too. Number one this weekend.
$7 million for one shot.
Is Parasite competing against itself because it's going for both the Best Foreign Film and the Best Picture?
You'd have to figure it's the likely winner for international film, you know. But the great thing about Parasite is it's a tribute to world cinema. You know, there were 20 years ago they would have remade in Hollywood Parasite with 2 people from a sitcom in the lead, and instead we're willing to enjoy the true version of Parasite. It's a phenomenal movie. It's going to get great attention.
So for both of you, what is the headline for you?
You know, I think the headline number 1 is female directors snubbed. I think another headline is J-Lo and Beyonce are snubbed. And then I think another headline, which we spoke about, yay for Cynthia Revo, but again, not a ton of diversity across the board. It was just a few years ago we were talking about Oscars so white.
You know, and again, I think you have the two poles, the East and the West Coast. You've got Quentin Tarantino on the West Coast, Martin Scorsese on the East Coast. Those two movies did very well, as people would expect, and we'll see if they can do well on Oscar Day.
And we always ask you, any predictions?
Well, it's early, you know. I just hope they all show up. You know?
Yes, please do.
Well, the Best Actress category is really another killer category. There's Charlize Theron, Renee Zellweger, Saoirse Ronan, Scarlett Johansson, and Cynthia.
No, it's phenomenal. It's very strong. And again, people are saying that you know, that performance as Judy Garland really makes Renee Zellweger, who has a comeback story of her own to tell, that makes her the leader in that category. But these are competitive things. And Charlize was phenomenal in Bombshell. She's got every chance
When she first walks on the screen, you say, that's me.
Oh my God.
It's
But she has a
uncanny.
way of doing that. She metamorphoses into the character that she plays. It's such talent.
Not a surprise that that movie also got a makeup nomination because of, you know, all the great things they did to make her look. Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
It should be.
Action-packed, everybody. You can catch the 92nd Annual Academy Awards right here on ABC. February 9th, and don't forget on February 10th, we will still be up. We will be there with our GMA's Oscars after party. You don't want to miss it. That was fun. Thank you, Elizabeth. Amazing. Thank you, Chris.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.